Hey Bayek, it's me Ian, and in today's video I'm continuing my look at classic Doctor Who, the third and fourth Doctors, and this is The Curse of Peladon from 1972. It was transmitted the 29th of January to the 19th of February 1972. And what an interesting story this is. It's got quite a lot of background to it. It's 4 episodes long. There's no Rotten Tomatoes score on it. Nothing to do with that. So the story that preceded it, which started off this season, of course, was The Wonderful Day of the Daleks. And then after this, we've got The Sea Devils, 1972. So all this is in 1972. Wow, there is some really brilliant stories here. And perhaps a change as well, that not everything is quite as earthbound. Yes, because we've had all the unit stories, which are very earthbound. So we get changes in that as well. Right. Now, this is written by Brian Hales. He goes back right to the Celestial Time Maker of 1966. He also did The Smugglers in 1966. And then, of course, he created the Ice Warriors. So we've got the Ice Warriors stories, 1967, and the Seeds of Death, 1969. And then he does a sequel to this story, The Monster of Peladon, in 1974, the very last season of Jon Pertwee. Yes, it's all here. Yeah, what a great invention. The Ice Warriors were fantastic. And it's great to see them return. Yes, they're returning. It's great. Of course, we've got the script editor is Terence Dix, and the producer Barry Letts, and they're working so well together. Everything's brilliant. Ratings doing well. Everything's doing well. Fantastic. And it's directed by Lenny Mayne. Sadly, there's not a great deal about him. All that I've picked up is from the documentary. He's seen as an efficient, if not spectacular, director who did what he needed to do. But I think there's a sadness to the fact that he died so young. And that seems to be what the actor's saying. And to be fair, I think he does a really good job. It's good. Yes, I can understand what they're saying, but I think it's don't forget, this is also very much a studio-based story. There's no location. In fact, they've gone back to Ealing Studios again and built these wonderful sets, and so you've got that mixed with the normal BBC studio work. It's brilliantly put together, really is, and it works well. I know there has been problems maybe with the quality. Some people have complained that the film shows up the quality, but I think actually on the Blu-ray it looks pretty good, considering. Yeah, it certainly upscales it. Let's get to the cast. Of course, we've got Jon Pertwee as the third Doctor again. We've got Katie Manning returning as Jo Grant. So no unit actors involved here. It's just these two. And then we've got David Troughton. Yes, that name. He plays King Peladon. And you're thinking, is it? Yes, it's Patrick Troughton's son. Yeah. He's brilliant. This is in a really good, quite important role in this. Yeah, I think he does all right in it. But of course, he returned to Doctor Who in the new revamped Doctor Who in the, well, it's very highly thought of story Midnight, which was from the 4th series, and that's 10th Doctor and Donna. That is really well thought of, that story. So he was in that. And then he's done, if you look at his thing, he's done loads of television, theatre, and also he's still kept his links with Doctor Who, doing that, and also doing lots of Big Finish things. So he's a great connection with Doctor Who, which is great. Then we've got Henry Gilbert playing Chancellor Torbis. It's not a very big role, but he's just got lots of TV roles, nothing that really stands out, but he's a good sort of working actor. Then we've got Jeffrey Toone playing the sort of, he's a villain, but is he? Yes, you could say he still is a villain, but I think he has certain motives of why he's this. He plays Hepesh. Now, looking at this actor, I was really excited. He was in Terror of the Tongs, which is a Hammer film. Yeah, Hammer film in 1961. Fantastic. I loved it. He's lots of, again, little roles and that, but in that he had a more prominent role. And also, he was in Doctor Who and the Daleks, the Peter Cushing one of 1965. Hey, I'm liking this. I'm loving it. Then we've got Stuart Fell playing the body of Alpha Centauri with this strange alien creature, who the Doctor, in fact, describes, because there's nothing quite like it, who's got no real sex. Oh, everybody's excited nowadays about that. It's an hermaphrodite. Yes. So the Doctor who mentions it. It's a very strange alien character, but yeah, it's there. There we are. Then we've got also, I think it's important to mention Terry Walsh. He's a stuntman, and he plays the double. He plays all through the history of Doctor Who, and he is involved in coordinating because there's some really exciting fight sequences, and he's involved in that, and particularly doubles for John Pertwee in a sort of tournament kind of fight that the two of them are engaged in, and that's really exciting, and it adds again to the story. And I think he should be mentioned because he plays the double, and it's an excellent role for him. And the fact that he did all the work, it just adds a lot more class, if you want, to the story. And again, Doctor Who is so well run; it all fits in so well. Considering the restraints on the show, it looks good. So, what is this story about? Well, it's not set on Earth, which is a good start, as you've already gathered. And we learn, in fact, that the Time Lords have actually sent the Doctor. He doesn't know. Again, I don't think he's very pleased about this, but he has to take it. They have directed him with the TARDIS to this planet. And so him and Joe land on Peladon, and there's like a delegation of various aliens who represent the what would you call it? You call him the Galactic Federation. Yeah, the Galactic Federation have got together, and it's interesting because you see the Ice Warriors, and the Doctor is immediately suspicious about them. So they pretend that they're the Earth delegates, and that Jo is a princess, and she relishes that role. You can see it. She really loves that. So the Doctor is usually walking in to this situation, but of course, the character of Hepesh represents the traditions, superstitions, and religion of that planet, and he doesn't want us to join. He doesn't want the Peladons to be involved with this Galactic Federation. And you realise he's doing everything he can to put the new young king who's placed in a certain situations. And Joe plays quite an important part in the story, which is great to see. So as the story unfolds, we get murder, we get intrigue, political intrigue. We see it all unfold. It's the traditions against the new open, benefits that Peladon will get from joining the Galactical Federation. Now, it's interesting because at the time in 1972, Britain was going to join the common market. Yes, the common market was on debate, and Edward Heath led us in. A lot of people have taken that as an inspiration behind this story. So, hey, we've got some political stuff. People getting all worked up there. And, of course, in the next story that comes, we get a more, again, defined political story about the miners. That's in The Monster of Peladon. Also, it's important to say in this story that there's a background of the first real big miners' strike, which is going to take place. And the miners' strikes hadn't really been like at this intense level since the 1926. And it's a massive thing. It leads to the 3-day week, power cuts. Very interesting time, the 70s, and this is all happening. So you've got that environment. But yeah, the writers obviously take these things in, and that's what Brian Hales has done. Yeah, he really has. I think another point about what I find striking about this story, we've seen it developing, but the relationship between the Doctor and Joe is wonderful. You can see it. And she's no longer just a dizzy kind of companion. She's got her own personality in what she does, and her affection for the Doctor is all done, and it's all in a platonic way. There's none of this romance stuff here, mate. We're having none of that, lad. Hey, no, it's beautifully done with their relationship. And of course, that leads up. We saw the really sad farewell in The Green Death. And you can see that here. It's wonderful. And there's a lovely feature on this. It was one of the extras. It's so wonderful to see because they had a good relationship in real life as well. Katie Manning and John Pertwee. And I think it comes across really well. It's beautiful. It really is. I just had to put that in. So the story, I think, is great. I mean, you've got the elements of a murder mystery and a political intrigue, and it's all set in this sort of medieval Gothic world, and it's great, wonderful. What is not to love about it? Exactly. So, firstly, let me show you. This is the DVD that was released in 2010. 2010 this was released. There was a VHS release in 1995, but there we are. We've got the normal wonderful features and extras on here, and the normal and brilliant. And then of course I'll just show you this came out this year, 2023. Yes, look at that. Fantastic. Season 9. Oh, I love this. And of course it's on here. Wonderful. With all added extras as well. And it's a treat. It's a treat. If you haven't got this, why not? Get it. Yes. And that's it. Wonderful. I've really enjoyed just another story I just love. It makes my love of Doctor Who, classic Doctor Who, even stronger. Yeah, you can't beat it. So, if you're new to the channel, enjoying what I'm doing, and haven't, please subscribe, because then we'll let you know when I produce videos on films and TV series and collecting and a bit of music, all sorts of things like that. And say it don't cost out as well, as you can say for that. And if you like this video, please give it a like. It helps with algorithms. And hopefully other people might enjoy it. Or perhaps they won't. I don't know. I say that costs no. And if you've got any comments, please put your comments down. I love to read your comments and I'll reply to them. And it's great. Fantastic. That's it. So, all I've got to say is, I'll see thee again.